Hello students, I am Azizi. In our previous session, we have learned that how to write our first program in assembly language, and here we can find we have our program. And now in this session, we will learn that what are the different instructions and different concepts behind this program, and we will explore our program in detail. First of all, here we can find we have written some comments. Comments are very useful part of our program, because by placing comments we can understand our program very easily. Say for example, here if I'll write that semicolon, start writing program from 00H. It means that we have given a comment to our line that start writing the program from 00H, and similarly we can place a comment on second line like jump to initialization subroutine. Similarly, we can place comments everywhere in our program wherever it is required or necessary, so that we could understand our program in future. Whenever we will read our program, we will understand that what is the meaning of this line which we have written in our program. So it is good practice to give comments to our program. Now we will understand the other instructions like org, jump, move, increment, call, and so on. As we have written a counter program, first of all we will know that what is a counter. To learn the concept of counter, first we will understand that what is binary numbers. In binary numbers we have only two states, that is 1 or 0, and we call each number as bit. It means binary digit. And if we have only one bit, then we can have only two states, that is 0 or 1, yes or no. Similarly, if we will have more variables, say for example 2 variables or 3 variables, then we can have different combinations. Here we can find logical number system. Say for example, if we have 4 variables, that is A, B, C, D, then we can have 16 combinations from 0 to 15. If no digit will be present, then we have the value that is 0. If A will be present and B, C, D, all these 3 variables will not be there, then we will have the value that is 1. Similarly, by the combination of yes or no and 1 or 0, we can have all 16 combinations from 0 to 15. So these numbers are called binary numbers, and the counter is the device which can count from the 0 to the maximum number depending on the number of variables. In our program we have 8 outputs, that is from port 1.0 to port 1.7. So we have 256 combinations, and we can count from 0 to 255. To understand this concept, say for example we have 8 different variables, that is A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H, and the weightage of these variables will be 1 for A, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64 and 128. If all these variables will have the value 0 like this, 0, 0, 0, then we will have the equivalent number, that is 0. And if A will be there, that is A will be 1 and rest of the variables will be 0. Because the weightage of the variable A is 1, so we will have 1. Similarly, we can write, say for example, if all the variables are 0, only the B variable is true like this, then we can say the equivalent number in decimal will be 2 because 2 is present and rest of the numbers are not present. What for 3? If we have A and B present and the rest of the variables are 0, then we can say the variable A and B are present and the weightage of variable A is 1 and variable B is 2 and both the variables, that is A and B, are present. So, we will add these variables and we will have 3. Similarly, we can count from 0 to maximum, that is 2 raised to the power 8, which is equals to 256. So, the counter will count from 0 to 255. Similarly, if all the variables will be 1 like this, 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1, it means all variables are present. If we will add all these variables, it will be equals to 255. So, our counter will count from 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0, all bits will be 0, then the equivalent number will be 0 and it will go maximum up to 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 and the value will be 255. So, in decimal we can write from 0 to 255 and in binary we can write 0 0 0 0 to 1 1 1 1 and similarly in hexadecimal we can write, that is from 0 0 H to FF H. So, the port of the microcontroller, that is port 1, will count from 0 to maximum 255 after each delay and we will understand that what is the delay routine. So, here we have understand that what is a counter. Counter will count from 0 0 0 to maximum number, that is 255 in binary number, and we can see whatever we have written in our program in Proteus, where we have developed a circuit for the microcontroller. So, let us see how the counter is working in Proteus. Then we will calculate the delay, that is the microcontroller is using to increment each binary number. Here we have the circuit of the microcontroller which we have developed in our previous session, and we have developed a program to run the counter on port 1, that is from port 1.0 to port 1.7, and we have downloaded the program like this. Added properties and the crystal frequency is 12 megahertz and we have downloaded the program from the location, and here we have the counter project hex open. Okay. Now, we will run our program and we will see the counter incrementing on port 1. So, we will run our simulation. Here we can check the counter is running on port 1. Now, we will check the value of the delay, after which the counter is incrementing by 1. So, we will connect an oscilloscope here on port 1.0 and we will see that how much time is there to increment each value. We will select the oscilloscope here and we will place the oscilloscope and we will connect the input A to port 1.0 like this. Now, I will run again our program. Here we can check the delay. Now, I will change the sweep of the oscilloscope like this and I will change the channel position from AC to DC. Here we can check the value of port 1.0, that is 1 and 0. Now, we will measure the time. For this, we will press one shot. Okay. And now, we will select the cursors. We will place the first cursor on rising edge of the shape like here. It is 800 millisecond and the next cursor will be placed on the falling edge. Here we have 930 milliseconds. So, if we will subtract 800 millisecond from 930 millisecond, so we will have the time, that is 130 millisecond. And now, we will discuss that how we are getting this time by our delay routine. And here we have the program which we have written in our previous session. Now, we will see that what does it mean by ORJ00H. It means that we are directing the compiler to start writing our program from the ROM location, that is 00H. Now, what is ROM? ROM is read-only memory which is used to write the program for microcontroller. Microcontroller will read all the program from the ROM location and we cannot modify the program of the ROM during our project execution. Before starting our project, once we will download our program into the ROM, and then we will power up the circuit, and the microcontroller will read this program and will execute the instructions which we have written in our program. So the first instruction which we have written, that is ORG00H, is the instruction for compiler, that is to write the program from 00H, and we'll see that from which location the compiler has written this program. For this, we'll open the hex file which we have generated from this program. For this, we'll use another simulator of the microcontroller, that is Tiny8051. Here we can see a 8051 microcontroller simulator, that is Tiny8051 microcontroller simulator. And here we can find the address 000, and we can find the code, that is 0. The equivalent mnemonic for the code 0 is NOP, that is no operation. So we'll load the hex file and we'll observe that what we have written in our program. We'll go for the file, load, and here we have the hex file, that is counter project, and here we have our program, and here we can see on the address location, that is 000 of the ROM, we have written a code, that is 80 and 2E, and the equivalent mnemonic for 80 is sjump. It means that jump which location, that is 30H, and here we can find 2E. It means that it will jump before two addresses of 30H here at 2E, and it will start writing our program from 30H, and here we can find we have written, that is 75, which is equivalent for move what, that is 90. 90 is the address of port 1 and the value is 0. To understand these mnemonics, we will go for the equivalent code numbers and the mnemonics, and we can find these codes easily in the book, that is 8051 microcontroller from Scott McKenzie, or we can find many other sources on web to find the equivalent code for mnemonics. The code is machine instruction for the microcontroller, and mnemonic is the equivalent in assembly language. So let's see what are the mnemonics and codes. Here we can find the opcodes for MCS51 family. Here we can find we have different codes from 00H to FFH, and each code has equivalent mnemonic. Say for example, the mnemonic for 00H is NOP, it means that no operation. 01 is absolute jump. 02 is ljump. 03 is rotate right. 04 is for increment. 05 is for increment direct. 06 is increment at the rate R0. So we can find different opcodes for different mnemonics. We don't have to worry about the equivalent opcodes for mnemonics. We'll use mnemonics in our programming, and compiler will convert these mnemonics into their equivalent opcodes. Now we'll discuss the machine cycle for MCS51. To execute a single instruction, MCS51 family requires 12 pulses or 6 states, that is state 1, state 2, state 3, state 4, state 5 and state 6. And here we can find pulse 1, pulse 2 for state 1, pulse 2 and pulse 3 for state 2, pulse 1 and pulse 2 for state 3, and similarly the pulse 1 and pulse 2 for state 6. It means to fetch an instruction and to execute an instruction, MCS51 family requires 6 states, that is state 1, state 2, state 3, state 4, 5 to 6, and it requires 12 pulses. It means that the crystal oscillator that we will use will be divided by 12. So we can say that the 12 clock pulses equal to 1 machine cycle. If we are using 12 MHz crystal, then we'll divide the crystal by 12. So we'll get 1 microsecond. Then the time for 1 machine cycle will be 1 microsecond. Here we can see if we are using an instruction, that is move hash data, requires 1 microsecond. The move instruction requires 2 bytes and 1 cycle. 1 cycle means 1 microsecond. So this instruction will be executed in 1 microsecond. You can find detail regarding the machine cycle of MCS51 family in different books. Here we can see typically 8051's on-chip oscillator, that is frequency oscillator, is driven by 12 MHz crystal. So the period of the clock pulse, that is T clock, equals to 1 over frequency of oscillation, that is 1 divided by 12 MHz. So we'll have 83.33 nanoseconds. One machine cycle consists of 12 such clock pulses. Since its duration is 83.33 nanoseconds multiplied by 12 equals to 1 microsecond. Why we have to know about the machine cycle? Because to calculate the delays in our program, it is required to understand what is machine cycle. It is also required to know that how many cycles are required to execute an instruction. Here we can find the move A direct data is a 2 byte instruction. It means that this instruction is of 2 byte and it requires 1 machine cycle, and time to execute this instruction will be 1 microsecond. In case if you're using a 12 MHz crystal, or we can use any other oscillator, the maximum frequency of oscillation for the devices, that is 89C51 and 89C52, can go up to a maximum 33 MHz, or we can find the maximum frequency number from the data sheet of the particular microcontroller. Here we can see MCS51 delay calculation, and here we have our program which we have written in our previous session. So we have written ORG00H, and compiler has started writing our program from the 00H location, and the first instruction was jump initialization routine. And here on address 30 we have written, here we can see we have written originate 30H. It means that we are directing the compiler to write our program on 30H. So the compiler will start our initialization routine from the 30H, and here we can find 80 is the opcode for jump, and here we have written jump initialization routine, and here it has written that 80 jump 2E, true address location before the 30H. So whenever we'll reset our microcontroller or power up our microcontroller, it will go to the address 00 location and it will read the instruction that is sjump 30H, and the program will jump to the address location that is 30H, and here we can find the next instruction is written on 30H location, that is 75. 75 is the opcode for the mnemonic, that is move. The address of port 1, that is 90. What we would like to move, that is 0. So here the compiler has written that is 75. It means move 90H, address of port 1, the number 00H. It means that move 0 number on port 1, and here we can find on 33 location we have written 78 and 00. It means that move R0 00H. And here we have another opcode, that is 88H, 90, that is port 1, R0. Move R0 on port 1. And here we have another instruction, that is 08 for the increment R0. And here we can find the opcode for ACALL or simple call, that is 11, 3C the address location, forward delay routine. And here we can find 80 F9 sjump to 35 location, where we have written our main program. Here we can find the main program. We are instructing our controller that after moving the data, that is R0 to port 1, and after incrementing R0 and call a delay, then jump back to the main. When our program will come on this line, it will call a delay routine. Here we can see call a delay routine, and it will jump to 3CH. Here we have 3CH location, and we can find decrement jump not 0 R1 003. It means that decrement jump not 0, decrement the register, that is R1. If this register is not 0, then go back to the delay routine, and if this register, that is R1, will be 0 after 256 steps, then the program will come to the next line, that is decrement jump not R2 delay routine. It will decrement once the R2 and go back to delay routine, and again it will decrement 256 times R1 and then again come to the next line R2, and it will decrement the R2 once again and go back to the delay routine. And here we call it delay in delay, so it will produce a delay. So how much will be the length of the delay of our program? We will calculate this length, and here we can find the written instruction, that is RET, and here we have the equivalent opcode for return, that is 22 return. So the program will return from the delay and will go back again to the jump main and will execute our program continuously, and it will increment the R0 continuously and will move the value of R0 to the port 1. Now we will see how long will be the delay of our delay routine. Move R0 direct number, that is 0, requires 1 machine cycle, so the time will be 1 microsecond. Move port 1 R0 requires 2 machine cycles, so the time will be 2 microseconds. Increment R0 requires 1 machine cycle, so time will be 1 microsecond. Call delay routine requires 2 machine cycles, so time will be 2 microseconds. Decrement jump not 0 R1 delay R requires 2 machine cycles, so the time will be 2 microseconds. So here we are using 2 instructions, that is decrement jump not 0 R1 go to delay routine, decrement jump not 0 R2 go to delay routine. It means that the R1, which has a length of a byte, will be decremented 256 times. Similarly, R2 will be decremented 256 times. It means that 256 times 256 times multiplied by 2 microsecond, that is the delay of the instruction decrement jump not 0. Here we can see 256 into 256 into 2 microsecond, which is equals to 0.131072 seconds or equals to 131 milliseconds, which we have seen in our simulation on Proteus. Let's see once again the delay of the time routine which we have used in our program. Here we will see the delay of this delay routine which we are using in our program on Proteus simulation. Here we have our first microcontroller circuit which we have developed in our previous session. So once again we will check the delay of our program. We will run our program as we have already downloaded the hex file to the microcontroller. We will press the one shot. And now we'll measure the time duration between rising edge and falling edge of port 1.0. So we'll go for the cursors. We'll place the first cursor here. We have 540 milliseconds here. Now we'll place the second cursor here. We have 670 milliseconds. Now we'll calculate the difference between 670 millisecond and 540 milliseconds. We will calculate 670 millisecond. 670 minus 3 minus 540 exponential minus 3 equals to 0.13 seconds, that is 130 milliseconds. As we have calculated this delay using the machine cycles and the time duration for one machine cycle in our previous discussion, in our next class we will discuss different concepts of programming of microcontroller in assembly language, and we will automatically learn that how to use different registers of our microcontroller as bit or as byte, and how to use special function registers in our program. Thanks for watching the assembly language programming course. We hope that you find this course very helpful to learn assembly language programming. If you feel that this course contributes and enhances your embedded system design knowledge, then go ahead and hit like, share and subscribe buttons, and do not forget to press bell icon to stay updated with every new upcoming video from Electroeducators as soon as it goes up. Electroeducators also offers technical consultancy in following fields. For assistance regarding technical problems, projects and any consultancy, feel free to reach out at our email address electroeducators@gmail.com. Okay, see you in next lecture.